This is the Tech Zone. I am Paul Amadeus Lane, and welcome back. A CTO, Chief Technology Officer. Kind of reminds me of Scotty on the Enterprise to keep everything running, all the machines going. There's a lot involved for ones who have that position in any organization. My next guest is going to talk about what his department is doing to help this organization continue to grow by leaps and bounds. We actually had their CEO on a few weeks ago, and I'm so honored to have back with me someone from American Specialty Health. This time I have the Chief Technology Officer. We're going to geek it out here on the Tech Zone, Jerome Bonhomme. Jerome, how you doing, my friend?
Morning, Paul.
Hey,
here.
Great to have you with me. Let's all geek out together. Let's talk about some of that amazing tech that you guys are doing over there at ASH. And Jerome, when we look at your responsibility as Chief Technology Officer, you have a lot on your plate because you have to make sure that the company is up to date when it comes to technology. Share with us a little bit about that challenge of making sure that you're abreast of things.
Yeah, well, Paul, it is something that we need to do because our members, our customers, so they could be employees of large companies or members of health plans. They live like most of us with this device in their pocket most of the time, and that's what is spending most of the time with them. So we need to make sure that we can relate to what they need, and we can really create meaningful experiences with them. So for us, it is not so much about creating technology for the sake of technology, but it's creating products that are going to be relevant for our customers, that are going to create experiences that will help them change their clinical outcomes, that will help them take care of their health in a better way. So this is why it's important to be a technology-supported company. And staying current is what we need to do in order to make sure that our products are working the way that our members are expecting. You're using technology all the time, and so is everybody else who's covered by our health plan partners. And as such, we've come to expect your apps to work in a certain fashion. We need to understand what that is and really not just be trailing that, but try to be on the cutting edge of what our people are expecting, so that we can really help them get better health outcomes really efficiently.
And when we look at about 11 years ago, we had the Blackberries, and then Apple came out a year later with the iPhone, then the smartphone technology, then the Windows Phone. I never thought in a million years, Jerome, that we would have our devices be like the hub of our everyday life when it comes to health, when it comes to food, when it comes to shopping, when it comes to just taking care of things. And this has caused businesses to make sure that they are using this device to make sure that their customers are being well taken care of. And what you guys are doing over there is amazing. Now, I'll talk about some of the IT services that have been implemented over there at ASH, maybe from customer feedback or just you as a team saying, okay, we have to make sure this app does this or that. Share with us some of the things that you guys have implemented over there.
Yeah, so if we take that from, chronological standpoint, the first type of service that really made heavy use of technology has been our wellness product. So this is what we offer to large employers. And the purpose of it is to make sure that their employees are really engaged in improving their health. And we do that through challenges such as, what two groups, for instance, challenging themselves to doing the most physical activity for a week or 2 weeks, or we now even offer challenges that deal with either financial well-being or social well-being. So this has been the service that for probably the last 12, 15 years has been making the most use of technology. We deliver the product almost exclusively through an app that our members use. And this is really not just helping them track their daily physical activities, but also understanding how they're doing with regards to all their biometrics. So it's kind of a one-stop portal for those employees to understand how they're doing and also understand how they can do better. So this is really how we started the journey with regards to consumer used applications. Then we also, a little bit more recently, started fitness products. That was probably still about 10 years ago. So, the world was still with BlackBerries, and iPhone was not completely out yet. And the product is really targeted at providing people access to fitness clubs at a reduced cost. So how do you do that? You use our application and you find your fitness club, and you can subscribe to it right there. Well, not only we do this, but we also let people track their physical activities. We connect with about 150 fitness tracking devices, so the smartwatches, Garmin, Fitbit, etc. And if our members actually go to the gym and exercise, they can get reward, and they can get even for certain health plans and certain employers free access at the end of the year to the fitness club. So it is actually a really attractive thing to anybody who wants to take care of themselves. And again, the touch point there for us is the technology, is the app. That's how we can reach millions of members. The last development is actually quite interesting. The company started out as providing coverage for acupuncture and physical therapy services, as well as chiropractors, etc. And this is, your traditional relationship with your insurance if you're a member. So we might send our members explanation of benefits and how much you've, of course, checked for through our providers. The latest generation of our products is really thinking about how can we establish a more meaningful relationship with those members. So not just be an insurance company, but really help them through their journey to a better health outcome, or also help them find more conservative ways to take care of their condition. So this is really where technology can be really powerful, helping us reach millions of members in a way that is personal to them, it's relevant, and can actually be really engaging, can become part of your life, as you were saying.
And Jerome, I know me personally, when it comes to technology, I have sleep apnea, and I got my first sleep machine like 10 years ago. So I got a new one about a month ago. And then when the respiratory therapist was going over how to use it with me, she was saying, well, it connects Wi-Fi now, and it's all digital. And then I started getting these notifications on my phone saying, oh, you slept 4 hours, you slept 6 hours. And I was like, the way technology is now, like you said about like with your members, when they go to the gym, they get rewarded. It's amazing how with the Internet of Things now, how all these things are possible. And I think this is really helping ones to have better health. And what you guys are doing over at Ash, it's awesome to see where you guys came from to where you guys are at today, and all this technology is truly amazing. Now, Jerome, when it comes to being the chief technology officer, let's talk about the balance between having too much tech and too little tech, especially when it comes to making sure that the mission of the company is still on course.
That's a really good question. I mean, I'm a technologist at heart, and when can there be too much tech?
That's what I say. Never too much tech. That's what I say.
But I work for a company whose mission is to provide great clinical outcomes and help bend the cost curve for the healthcare industry. And we have a big problem, and it is not just about technology. I mean, technology is a mean to an end. So we try to be very deliberate about how we use technology, and we do that by putting our customers at the center. Through the product development process, we try from the very beginning, when we have the idea, to think about not just who's going to use the product, and the product is, could be a fitness, access to a fitness cloud, right? A fitness product. So here, the technology is a way for the member to easily get to that cloud and be able to exercise and go about the rest of their life. It is not about necessarily creating a sticky experience all the time. It is sometimes about being as seamless as possible, as painless as possible. Now, other products, I'd like to give the example of a product we just released about a couple of weeks ago that is about helping members with back pain. So who doesn't suffer from back pain at some point in their life, right? And unfortunately, the healthcare system doesn't offer great options all the time for those individuals. If you go see orthopedic surgeon, well, it's likely that you're going to get out with a prescription for back surgery. And actually, I've been surprised to see that it's been clinically proven that back surgery isn't more efficient than an increased physical activity. So what we're trying to do is help those members take care of their back pain without necessarily having recourse to back surgery. So how do we do that? There are a number of things that are great alternatives, but it's not just one thing. It's a combination of multiple elements, such as, again, increased physical activity, maybe some chiropractic sessions for pain, maybe access to physical therapy, or maybe sometimes just simple exercises to correct the posture. So we can deliver all of that through a very personal coaching service. And where the application, where the technology really helps us be in touch with a member is we have human coaches. Human coaches are in touch with the members on a periodic basis. And what's really important for a new healthy habit to form is what happens between the coaching sessions. And that's where those devices that we carry with us everywhere can help our members think about when is the right time to actually get out of their chair and maybe go walk around the block, or think about eating something a little bit healthier, or help them when they actually are in pain. And those devices are actually, more and more getting more and more personal in a way that they get to know us. It's kind of scary, right? But they get to know us better and better, and we can use that to the advantage of our members by, not having them tell us about their habits, but discovering the habits implicitly. So, it's kind of a long-winded answer to a simple question, right? How much is too much? Well, it's too much when you either drive to frustration or annoyance. And the way we're trying to strike the right balance is, again, putting customers at the center of product development and figuring out who needs help and how to reach them at best. So we try to put ourselves in those shoes and lead that experience.
Well said, my friend. And when it comes to like software, because that's really your specialty, we've come a long way from CDL to Turbo Pascal and some of the programming language that was used decades ago. And let's talk about the transition of what we see today and how software has changed over the years to really keep up with the demands of IoT, the Internet of Things right now.
Yeah, so I was saying earlier, we are today, and we have been actually for years gathering data from fitness devices. We support over 150 fitness tracking devices, and we have millions of customers sending us data from those devices all the time. So as you can tell, as you can imagine, that's a lot of data. And this is really the biggest difference that we have to deal with. It's a lot of data that's coming pretty fast to us. Actually, one of those devices sends step data every time, not only you go out for a run, but every time you have a physical activity segment, which would be every few minutes. So the volume of data, the velocity of data is something that we didn't have to deal with in the age of Turbo Pascal and COBOL, but we have to figure out not just how do we ingest that data, but also how do we handle the data and do something with it, right? Either display it, or actually trigger an alert, or another type of event. So this is really, we're getting more and more into the realm of what you might call big data, which could either be a place where you drown or a place where you thrive. And again, the recipe is the same as what we were talking about earlier. We have to be very deliberate about what we use, and we're trying to use those devices to help our members. We're looking at medical tracking devices, such as your sleep machine that tells you how well you're sleeping. Well, it's possible that if you are in one of our programs, it could help your coach help you better on your journey to whatever it is you're trying to achieve for yourself. So getting that data might be important for us, and that's really where we're looking at. Again, very deliberately for every type of program that we implement. But we've had to build those capabilities to ingest a lot of data really fast and do something almost in real time with it.
And Jerome, you talked about the customer experience and also the end user. Do they ever give you feedback? And when they do give you feedback, how do you kind of strike a balance with, okay, our customers are saying they would like to see this, with it's just not possible for us to do that. So talk about, striking a balance when it comes to that feedback that you receive.
So that's one of the beauties of having, consumer applications is, especially if an application is part of somebody's life, you do tend to get feedback, right? And I actually think it's a great thing. I mean, the worst thing is people don't care.
Right, that's true. That is so
So
true.
what we try to do is actually get feedback as early as possible. I was mentioning a little bit earlier how we try to put the customer at the center. So what does that mean practically when we start the development of a new product or a new feature? It means that we sit together with a really cross-functional team that where we might have clinicians, we might have health coaches, we have software engineers, user experience engineers, and try to figure out what is it that we're trying to achieve, who's the target customer, how are they going to feel, what are they going to expect. And we very quickly, and I'm talking a matter of hours or at most days, come up with prototypes of that feature or that experience that we want to provide to our customers. And we seek feedback right there. So, not months into the product development, but really days or hours into the product development. We seek the feedback in a few ways. So we can, pretend ourselves that we're our members, and it's not too hard because we do eat our own dog food. We use our own products. Our employees use our own products. But we can also go a little bit further. We are using services that actually provides us with test users. We can ask for any profile of a user, and we'll have people who actually, for a little money, step into the shoes of Ash member and tell us what they think about our ideas. We put a prototype in front of them. They tell us, I don't really understand what you're trying to do there, or what is that button doing, or I really like that, I would like it, such and such way. So this is really early on. And then we continue through the entire development cycle. As soon as we actually have a little piece of the product realized, we try to put it in front of users, get feedback. And for that product that we just released a back care product called Empower Decisions that we just released a couple of weeks ago. We actually went live with the real version of the product about 4 weeks before our customers got to use it, so that through the pilot we could actually see end-to-end what a real customer experience was and be able to tune different aspects of that experience, so that when our customers actually get to see it, we know better how they're going to feel and what they're going to tell us. So, to answer your question, we try to be less reactive and be really more proactive. But this kind of listening for feedback and reacting cycle, that happens even after the product goes live, of course. And we have really quick development cycles. Our development cycles are about 2 weeks at most. So that's 2 weeks before the next version actually goes live. That gives us a way to really quickly react to that feedback that we're listening for.
Great things happening over at Ash, American Specialty Health. And lastly, what are the challenges in your department to make sure that the company runs? Are the trains run on time? Are they run like a well-oiled machine? What are some of those challenges to making that happen?
Well, I think there's always a challenge between doing great things in terms of innovation, coming up with new products that are either taking advantage of new devices and making sure that existing customers still have the best experience possible. So kind of a trade-off between innovation and running the business. So what we're trying to do is have a very deliberate approach as to how much innovation we do, and versus how much taking care of the existing stuff we spend time on as well. We do typically a new release every 3 months, every quarter, and during that time, we try to adjust the dose depending on where we are with our portfolio of products, what feedback we've received, what we're trying to put in the market, and adjusting the dose between those different concerns that we need to care for. And again, the other element that's helping us greatly balancing both is the fact that we are releasing versions of our product, all our product, even internal product, actually, at most every 2 weeks. So if we have an unexpected issue that arises, our turnaround time is really days, not months, which helps us better balance things like innovation against taking care of our existing customers. So, imagine if we're only releasing software every year, that would give us one chance to balance new products as well as fix defects and improve on existing features. If we get it wrong, that's 1 year that's actually going to be painful for our clients and members. So we try to really adjust the course very frequently so that we're never off track too much, if we are even.
Well said. And you guys have a new technology center opened up in Temecula. That's pretty exciting. And I'm sure you guys are looking for some qualified people in the tech industry to come over there and help out, right?
That's right. It is very exciting. We've had fantastic reception. We opened the technology center about a month ago. It's right there in next to Old Town Temecula. Very accessible from the freeway. Fantastic building. We are hoping to actually grow it with top tech talents, software engineers, QA engineers, UX designers, to help us bring those new generation of products to the market. We know that Temecula, Murrieta region has a fantastic pool of talent, and actually feel bad about all those talented people having to commute all the way to, right here in Sorrento Valley or in LA or Orange County. This is not a pleasant thing to do every day, and so we want to bring technology closer to them. Technology jobs right there in Temecula, working for a company that's actually on the cutting edge of tech, with a team that's really fun to work with, and again, trying to not spend hours of your day in a car, but rather either with your family or working on fun development projects.
Well said. It sounds like a good place to work too. And when you work in Temecula, you got the coolest place to go to happy hour, all those wineries over there. So it's the best of both worlds, right, Jerome?
That's exactly right. That's why we chose Temecula.
Yep. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining me, Jerome. It was great speaking with you, and much success. And we're going to share some links on the screen of the website. So if ones are interested in reaching out, who are in the tech industry, who like to relocate and work for the fantastic company of ASH, American Specialty Health, they can definitely reach out. And Jerome, look forward to chatting with you again, and keep teching, my friend. Keep teching.
My pleasure, Paul. Thank you very much.
I'd like to thank once again Jerome Bonhomme for joining me from American Specialty Health, the folks over at ASH. And remember, we talked about what they're looking for. And if you are in the tech field, have some tech skills out there, you want to go to their website. I'm going to play on the screen their website. This is their website right here. And what you want to do is, and if you are in your car right now, remember this address, ashcompanies.com. ashcompanies.com. They're looking to fill their Temecula office, And Jerome talked about some of the talent that they are looking for. And here's a brief little video too that talks about another website, and it's tech-mecula.com. And those of you who live in the San Bernardino, Riverside area, who are commuting down Los Angeles, hey, Temecula is not that far. And if you're living in Silicon Valley and it's getting a little bit too expensive for you up there, living in Burlingame and having like a, 1,100 square foot apartment for like $8,000 a month, come on down to Temecula and work with the great folks over at Ash, and go to their website and definitely check it out. All right, when we get back, Comic-Con 2017 begins this week. We will be out there live. I brought a friend along who's going to help me talk about what's in store. We'll be right back here on the Tech Zone. I am Paul Amadeus Lane, your czar of technology. Be back right after these messages.